GG's, Dundadas, hyenas, scuba divers learn from Scuba Steve was criminating y'all. I rock Luther King X. Don't forget the Kennedy doing his million march right here on YouTube. Dundada. We conduct ourselves in the most highest. We're in the elevator. Who's elevated? God's elevator on the way to the top. Dundada. God chose you because he knew he could trust you. You God's best kept secret. GG, Dundadas, hyenas. You heard? That's just what it is. Dundada. So we back on the West Coast with it. Dundada. Your boy Loose Cannon. Dundada. Your boy fucking Big U. Dundada. Big U said that he's done with it, that he's tired, that yo, he just ain't trying to die in jail, he don't give a fuck what's going on, he just ain't trying to die in jail because he's saying that he don't think that he believes that he did anything to be, you know what I'm saying, getting that long of a time, period, that's a fact. So we're gonna have to stay more aware than ever, you heard? So, in the situation, GG, let's just get into it. Let's get into it. This thing is 600 over 600. He been going to the 600 been going to the Big U trials and shit like that, but been getting pressed and everything. I can tell you that, all this for that. Like, you getting pressed in all, all this for that, like, we got to stay more aware, That's a fucking fact.
Update. Few things. So, BRICC Baby's on the same tier as Big U. They both confirmed that Loose Cannon's telling, and he can't be around them. Also, Big U has let people know that he's ready to just give up and telling everybody and bring in whatever he can to possibly get out at some point in his life. You know, he said he know a lot of stuff. He really fed up, tired, stressed out, and he don't see no need to stay silent when no one stays silent behind him. He got his indictment, but he still ain't got his discovery. So there's a lot of stuff he's waiting on, and he disappointed everyone who turned their back on him. It's just an update that we got. So a lot of people who've been dealing with Big U over the years, decades, whatever, are probably nervous knowing things that they've done with Big U. Especially they was already thinking that at some point he was going to tell, roll over, or whatever it may be. But now we got confirmation. He said, F it. He ain't busting to spend the rest of his life in there. And one thing I'm going to say about that is Big U could have, I don't think no matter what he got, I don't think he got enough to get out. He's facing 600 years. Even if he got some high power stuff, he might be able to get 100 years knocked off. Whatever the case may be, I think he should have took the stand and said, hey, man, all these guys y'all arrested ain't got nothing to do with me. I threatened them to do this. I threatened them to do this. I plead guilty and everything. All them dudes should go home. All those guys are yes, man. If he was a solid dude like that, like you going down regardless. Why you want to take everybody down with you? You know what I'm saying? Just say, hey, man, I threatened all those people's lives. They did things for me, not knowing the reason behind it. They don't know nothing about no extortion. They don't know nothing about no robberies. I told them to do what I tell them to do, and it's all on me. Now, if he was a real nigga, he would
Why the fuck would he?
Everybody go home free. But instead,
I said him.
He's dragging everybody down with him. So look for the superseding indictments. Look for more arrests. See y'all soon.
Oh shit, that nigga said that Big U needs to go in and say that, yo, that's all him, he's the one that did everything, let him just get the 600 years alone, that's just different, GG. That's just fucking different, like, you know what I'm saying? We gotta stay more aware.
Other people was involved in the fight too.
Oh, really?
Wait, hold up. They jumped Big U? Oh, cuz.
That clip right there, it's exactly what everyone's talking about. Big U just got jumped in jail, allegedly by someone tied to Nipsey Hussle. For years, people have been linking Big U to Nip's murder, and now it looks like street justice finally caught up with him behind bars. But that's not all. There's talk of Loose Cannon and BRICC Baby getting into it too. A lot's going down right now, and it might all be connected. Let's get into it. The Jail Yard Showdown. According to multiple sources, Big U, Loose Cannon, and BRICC Baby were recently involved in a straight-up brawl in the federal jail yard. This wasn't just some petty squabble either. This was a full-blown showdown that resulted in the entire facility going on lockdown. Now, before we get into all the nitty-gritty details, let me break down who these players are for those who might not be in the loop. Eugene Big U Henley is one of the most influential figures in Los Angeles. He's a former leader of the ROLLIN 60s neighborhood Crips who transitioned into the music industry as an executive and manager. Most notably, he managed Nipsey Hussle early in his career. In March 2025, Big U got hit with a 43-count federal indictment, accused of running a mafia-like enterprise with charges including murder, racketeering, extortion, and fraud. The feds claim he was using his charity, Developing Options, as a front for criminal activities. Tremaine Loose Cannon Williams is
It's getting too real. Yo, what the fuck? Why is they really trying to play with niggas? That
50-year-old music producer and rapper from South Central Los Angeles who worked closely with Nipsey Hussle back in the day, producing tracks like Bringin' California Back. Following Nipsey's tragic murder in 2019, Loose Cannon transitioned from behind the boards to stepping into the booth himself. He got scooped up in the same federal RICO case as Big U in March 2025. And then there's Here BRICC Baby Mitchell, a rapper and No Jumper podcast host also affiliated with the ROLLIN 60s. He grew up in the same Crenshaw and Slauson area as Nipsey and has connections to artists like Kid Ink and Casey Veggies. Unlike the other two, BRICC Baby was arrested for being a felon in possession of a firearm rather than the RICO charges, but he's locked up with them regardless. Now, initially, when word of the jail fight started circulating, many assumed that it was beef between these three homies. But according to a YouTube video breaking down the incident, that wasn't the case at all. The situation was actually them against us, meaning Loose Cannon, BRICC Baby, and Big U were actually fighting together against another group in the yard. Reports mentioned that despite their personal differences, when it came down to it, these three put aside their beefs to stand united against what appears to have been members of a rival gang, most likely Bloods.
It was more of a other side against them situation.
Oh man,
It's
really?
crazy.
This is particularly interesting because there's been mad tension between these three individuals, especially between Loose Cannon and Big UC. Loose Cannon had previously made some explosive allegations against Big U, claiming that Big U had foreknowledge of Nipsey Hussle's murder before it happened. In a January 2024 interview on the No Jumper podcast hosted by Adam22 and Whack 100, Loose Cannon dropped a bombshell. He alleged that Big U called him saying Nipsey had been killed before the murder actually occurred.
So he FaceTimed me and stuff like that. He was like, Nipsey just got killed. I'm like, six, I didn't hear that. So I hang up with him. I called Nipsey and I'm like, Nipsey, what's up? He was like, oh, what's up with it?
Nipsey answered.
Nipsey answered. He answered the phone.
According to Cannon, he then contacted Nipsey, who was still alive at the time, only to learn of Nipsey's death approximately 30 minutes later.
30 minutes later, the homies blowing me up like they just killed Nipsey.
This led Cannon to suggest that he might have been able to prevent the tragedy if Big U had been more forthcoming, implying Big U's possible complicity in Hussle's death. I probably could have stopped it, was what Cannon reportedly said, reflecting his belief that Big U's alleged foreknowledge could have altered the outcome. Cannon went even further, claiming that Big U and Hussle had a strained relationship, mentioning a physical altercation that resulted in Nipsey's brother, Black Sam, being arrested for discharging a firearm. According to Cannon, this incident was linked to a diss track Hussle made about Big U, highlighting their deteriorating relationship. Big U didn't take these accusations lightly. He sent a cease and desist letter to No Jumper in March 2024, denying the claims and seeking to halt their spread. Adding another layer to this complex narrative, Cannon's twin brother, Jermaine Williams, appeared on the Streets and Scholars podcast in 2024, asserting that the alleged phone call from Big U never occurred. He accused his brother of lying about multiple aspects of his life, including his marriage and music credits, casting significant doubt on Cannon's credibility. So as you can see, there's been some serious bad blood between Loose Cannon and Big U. But when it came down to it in the jail yard, they put aside their differences and stood together. One of the most shocking revelations about the fight is that it wasn't just a one and done situation. According to the YouTube video, the altercation started in the courtyard, but then continued even after the participants were put in solitary confinement, known as the hole in prison lingo. That shows just how deep the animosity ran between the two sides.
That's deep right there.
I think the Fed set that shit up because they want them to all be friends or kumbaya. I don't know. I told them, I said, you better shut. I don't care if you fought with you or not. I don't care.
The fight reportedly involved 7 individuals on the side of BRICC Baby, Loose Cannon, and Big U against 9 opponents on the other side. This wasn't just some push and shove incident, it was a serious physical confrontation that resulted in a total facility lockdown, preventing inmates from accessing the yard. What's particularly wild about this whole situation is that BRICC Baby and Loose Cannon were scheduled to have bail hearings shortly after this incident. Getting involved in a prison fight right before a bail hearing is about the dumbest move you could make if you're trying to convince a judge to let you out. It shows a lack of self-control and suggests you might be a danger to the community. Exactly what prosecutors argue when trying to keep defendants locked up. Some sources have speculated that injuries from the fight could actually work in their favor at the bail hearings, potentially showing they were victims rather than instigators. However, there have been no confirmed reports of specific injuries resulting from the altercation. It's important to note that the jail fight between Big U, Loose Cannon, BRICC Baby, and the other group is separate from another conflict that occurred between Loose Cannon and BRICC Baby themselves. According to reports, there was a dispute between the two within their cell or module, where Loose Cannon allegedly confronted BRICC Baby. This led to a temporary separation, but they reportedly resolved their differences, with BRICC Baby moving to a nearby cell temporarily. Reports indicate they are now on good terms. This whole situation highlights the complex dynamics at play in the federal detention system, especially when it involves high-profile gang members. The fact that Loose Cannon, Big U, and BRICC Baby, despite their personal differences and the serious allegations between them, united against a common enemy, underscores the importance of gang ties and the code that many adhere to behind bars. The ROLLIN 60s CRIPs and Bloods have a decades-long history of conflict, dating back to the formation of these gangs in the 1970s. Their rivalry has been marked by territorial disputes, competition over drug trade, and matters of gang pride, resulting in countless acts of violence over the years. In jail and prison environments, these gang affiliations often become even more important, as inmates rely on their gang connections for protection and support. The fact that Big U, as a former leader of the ROLLIN 60s, along with other Crips-affiliated individuals like Loose Cannon and BRICC Baby, would band together against Bloods members is consistent with these entrenched rivalries. What makes this situation particularly noteworthy is the personal animosity that exists between these individuals, especially the serious allegations Loose Cannon has made against Big U regarding Nipsey Hussle's murder. The fact that they put aside these significant personal differences to stand together against rival gang members speaks to the power of gang loyalty.
Big U, I don't know. Big U saying that he don't want to, know what I'm saying, DIE in jail, he ain't trying to, know what I'm saying, he ain't trying to fucking lose his whole life, This thing is 600 telling him, oh yeah, he should take all the charges and let everybody else go. But what the fuck if everybody else ain't under his command? So niggas is getting knocked off for selling drugs. The Big U was selling all. So you're telling me Big U runs everything that them people ain't even allowed to sell unless it was there. That shit's different.
Dynamics within correctional facilities. The Bloods-Crips rivalry has a long history of violence in Los Angeles, with incidents like the 2015 fight at Otis Bantam Correctional Center in New York involving rapper Bobby Shmurda, demonstrating how these conflicts persist in prison environments. The aftermath of this prison yard confrontation could have significant implications for all involved. For Big U, who already faces the most serious charges including murder and racketeering, this incident might simply add to the mountain of legal troubles he's currently dealing with. For BRICC Baby and Loose Cannon, who had bail hearings coming up, the fight could potentially impact their chances of release, depending on how the incident is presented to the court. The beef between these dudes goes way deeper than most people realize, and it all connects back to the tragic murder of Nipsey Hussle. To really understand what went down in that jail yard and why it matters, we gotta take it back to the streets of Crenshaw and the complicated history between Nipsey, Big U, and their affiliates. The Nipsey Hussle connection. Nipsey Hussle was murdered on March 31st, 2019, outside his Marathon clothing store in South Los Angeles. He was shot multiple times by Eric Holder Jr., who was later convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to 60 years to life in prison in February 2023. The official motive established during the trial was that Holder was upset after Nipsey mentioned rumors that Holder was a snitch, one of the most serious...
You know what's crazy? Why the fuck are they bringing up Nipsey Hussle? It's like in the Diddy trial. Why the fuck they bringing up Tupac? Like they ain't bring, like, why the fuck? Well, not they're not bringing up at the trial, but they bringing it up here. But damn, y'all keep on bringing Nipsey Hussle. The niggas gonna get fucking knocked off for something about Nipsey Hussle, but he's not locked up for Nipsey Hussle, GG. So we just don't get it. If he's not knocked up for Nipsey Hussle, y'all keep on bringing Nipsey Hussle. Y'all say that he got into a jail fight because of Nipsey Hussle. Niggas is trying to take him out because of Nipsey Hussle. Like, what the fuck is going on, GGs?
accusations in gang culture. Eric Holder Jr., known as Shitty Cuz on the streets and Fly Mac, as an aspiring rapper, was like Nipsey, a member of the ROLLIN 60s neighborhood Crips. According to court documents, Holder and Nipsey had a brief conversation in the parking lot of Marathon Clothing, during which Nipsey mentioned these snitching rumors. Though witnesses described the conversation as calm, Holder apparently took great offense. One of the key misconceptions about the murder that Big U has addressed is the timeline of events leading to the shooting. Contrary to popular belief that Holder left the scene after their conversation, went to change clothes, and returned to carry out a premeditated murder, Big U claims the sequence was different.
He never left.
Where he went, they say he went to the car or something.
No, sir. See, and that's where people get it messed up, and that's where it get convoluted. They had words.
According to Big U, after the initial conversation with Nipsey, Holder didn't leave the area. Instead, he went to nearby Master Burgers and ordered food, where he was captured on camera.
That's crazy. Eric Holder just listened to whoever the fuck it, like, Eric Holder's a fucking crash out dummy, That's who Eric Holder is, So Eric Holder's just a fucking crash out, He went there, for a specific reason. The reason why he went there was specific, That's why he had no shirt on when he left. He went and grabbed the red shirt, So he already had it fucking premeditated, All that shit was premeditated early morning, He knew what he was gonna set out to do, You know what I'm saying? He probably was turned up off some shit,
Camera exhibiting erratic behavior. Big U describes Holder as sitting in the restaurant shirtless with a visible mental disturbance. After eating, Holder then carried out the shooting, contradicting the narrative that he left, changed clothes, and returned specifically to kill Nipsey.
He went into Master Burgers and ordered a burger. After they had words.
I wonder if Eric Holder seen this shit, If Eric Holder seen this shit, he's like, yo, what the fuck, you know what the fuck he did, because you told him to do it. I mean, allegedly, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
And sat in there on camera, walking around, and you can see the derangeness in his head. He sat in there with his shirt off.
When he says he looked deranged, yeah, you can see the deranges in his head, he was off something. He was off, embalming fluid, he was off, angel dust, whatever the fuck y'all be doing over there. He was off, that's why you saying he was looking deranged, crazy. He was off something, some type of substance,
Then walked out. So he didn't leave like they make you think he had words with Nip.
This detail is significant because it speaks to the question of whether Nipsey's murder was a premeditated hit or the result of a personal dispute that escalated. Big U argues that Holder's behavior, having a public argument, staying in the area, ordering food, having his girl.
That's how you gotta watch what the fuck is going on, because look at Big U is locked up for a fucking RICO, Look at what they say, oh, he got knocked off, in the yard, BRICC baby, loose cannon is snitching, but he got something to do with Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle this, Nipsey Hussle that, Nipsey Hussle this, the Rayshard Williams kid, but Nipsey Hussle still sticking, Like, that's just crazy. They trying to, like, they like, yo, just to let you know, you knocked off for this, but Nipsey Hussle, nigga. That's for Nipsey, nigga. Nipsey, nigga. Stay Nip for Nipsey.
There doesn't align with the actions of someone carrying out a planned assassination.
But also,
hey man, hold on, I got
that
something to
makes sense
say.
to me.
I
The
got
hit
something
didn't
to
make
say.
sense to me because who takes?
What's up, GG?
I got something to say, bro.
What's
We
good,
on this
everybody?
Nipsey shit, bro. Hold on. I got something to say. Hold on. It just came to my head, right? I thought we was talking about the shit. I forgot, bro. We talking about neighborhood Chris. What's going on in this situation though?
I thought you had something to say, bro.
Damn, I'm high, bro. I forgot. I lost what I'm going to say though. Like,
No, I'm just watching this. I'm watching this situation. So they elaborating on Big U he's locked up, but Big U saying that he don't want to go.
Hey, no. Did you just say when he said about that RICO case?
Yeah, that's Big U. Big U got a RICO case, but he's saying that he don't want to go to jail forever.
This was so crazy. Lil Huncho, bro. He just got locked back up in Atlanta he said he was on the RICO charge.
We're talking about Big U. We're talking about Big U, Gigi. We're talking about Big U, Gigi.
All right,
We're not doing none of that shit. We're not doing none of that. We keep it. We're back on time in the data.
All right, let's go on here. Let's play this video.
Yeah, so Big U, don't want to go back, don't want to go to jail for life, nothing like that, but they say that he's knocked off for the thing. But I'm gonna keep going through this shit, You heard?
Go ahead.
This girl on a hit, and who goes if you're going to go do a hit? If it is a hit, if you're going to go do a hit.
But this is where Loose Cannon's explosive.
Did you make that appointment? I'll do it when we get back.
Yeah, so Big U Dundada ain't really trying to get knocked off for fucking for the rest of his fucking career, Dundada, for the rest of his little natural life, Dundada, for a situation that ain't got nothing to do with him, he's saying. So he's trying to say like the Nipsey Hussle ain't got nothing to do on. So everybody's blaming the Nipsey Hussle shit on him. They blaming the Renshaw Williams shit on him. They blaming a lot of shit on him. The nigga fucking 600 is trying to say that he should that he should take all the charges, Dundada, from everybody on the case and say that's for him, Dundada, so people can get let go.
No. Listen, hell no, I'm not taking no charges, bro. I'll be a damn fool to take a charge for somebody else. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's what he's saying. So exactly. So that's what 600 saying, that he should take all the charges so they can let him out, Dundada. So Loose Cannon, Dundada, is standing on business. So they trying to say that Loose Cannon. My
Mama Friday laughing at you.
Hey, Mama Friday.
She can hear you on the big TV. I'm outside.
So Loose Cannon, Dundada, they trying to say that Loose Cannon, Dundada, is trying to get out of jail, Dundada. So him trying to get out of jail, Dundada, that he's working with the peoples. But I don't think he's working with the peoples, because if he was working with the peoples, how the fuck he got Little Durk on the phone? Loose Cannon put Little Durk on the phone. Little Durk is knocked off from Dundada for some serious charges. I don't think Little Durk is just in jail fucking with snitches and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So that's the whole situation. So Loose Cannon's fucking wife, Dundada. Loose Cannon's wife, Dundada, is over here standing our business, Dundada. So we gotta figure out, Dundada, why the fuck is BRICC Baby saying that Loose Cannon, Dundada, is telling? Why the fuck is and I don't know why Big U is saying it too, Dundada. Is it gonna hurt them while they locked up? Does it hurt them while they locked up? I'm saying they put it on their team. Are they created contact? Are they together? Like, who the fuck knows, Dundada? You know what I'm saying? That's a fact.
My mama said you doing your homework.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. That's a
she
fact.
On the TV talking to you, bro. She on the TV talking to you.
It's all right. It's all right. So we don't have to play this.
Loose Cannon claimed that Big U called him saying Nipsey had been killed before the murder actually happened. Cannon says he then called Nipsey, who answered the phone, only to learn about his death approximately 30 minutes later.
He FaceTimed me. So he FaceTimed me and stuff like that. He was like, Nipsey just got killed. I'm like, 6 I didn't hear that. So I hang up with him. I called Nipsey and I'm like, Nipsey, what's up? He was like, oh, what's up with it?
Nipsey answered.
Nipsey answered. He answered the phone. And I was like, I love you, cuz, or whatever like that.
Did you tell him to call you this guy? Or you didn't even mention it?
I didn't mention it. And that's what put me up, because my cousin is Nipsey baby mama. You get what I'm saying? So it was like, I could have probably stopped it, all right?
When asked why he didn't warn Nipsey about Big U's call, Cannon explained that the relationship between Nipsey and Big U was inconsistent. Hot one minute, and then they'd be cold the next minute. He didn't think much of it at the time, but later realized the significance when he received calls about Nipsey's actual death just 30 minutes after their conversation.
3 minutes after you get off the phone with Nip, he get killed.
Yeah, I got it.
So you think he hit you a little too early?
Yep, he hit me a little bit too early.
Cannon elaborated on the shooting, claiming that Holder, referred to as Shitty, returned multiple times to shoot Nipsey, first shooting him, going into an alley, returning to shoot him again, and then coming back a third time, knowing about the murder before it happened, implying a deeper conspiracy.
Yep, he hit me a little bit too early because the homie Shitty double back 3 times. You get what I'm saying? And first he shot him, boom, go into the alley, came back and shot him, boom.
Adding another layer to the story, Cannon confirmed there had been a physical altercation between Nipsey and Holder approximately a week before the murder. He described a significant size difference between the two, Nipsey being around 6'4" or 6'5", while Holder was only about 5'5" or 5'6" and physically smaller. According to Cannon, this fight was related to allegations of police telling, snitching, and had created friction.
That nigga was over there. I don't know, man. That nigga was over there making a play, Dada. He definitely was making a play. That nigga Loose Cannon was definitely making a play, Dada. Was he actually telling on paperwork, fucking with the cops? I can't actually say that, Dada. But is he right there, Dada, doing a form of telling Dada? I mean, whatever you perceive as telling Dada, that's on you. Everybody got their own definition of telling Dada how they want to be, you know what I'm saying? What they feel like should be information being given out, what they should see information should be given out, Dada. You know what I'm saying? So That's a fact.
See, is what's like 6'4", 6'5". Shitty is like 5'5", 5'6". You get what I'm saying? Like frails. Like he get high.
So there was already some friction there.
Yeah, it was already friction because of like some police telling shit.
These allegations by loose cannon suggesting Big U had foreknowledge of Nipsey's murder are extremely serious, essentially implying Big U was somehow involved in or aware of a plot to kill Nipsey. However, it's important to note that Big U has vehemently denied these claims, even sending a cease and desist letter to No Jumper over them. Further casting doubt on Cannon's allegations, his own twin brother, Jermaine Williams, appeared on the Streets and Scholars podcast in 2024 and stated that the alleged phone call from Big U never occurred. He accused his brother of fabricating this and other aspects of his life story. Besides loose cannon, other figures have made similar allegations against Big U regarding Nipsey's murder. SKG, a former death row artist whose name stands for Shuge Night Girl, has been particularly vocal in accusing Big U of orchestrating Nipsey's murder.
There's talk about Big U that he was involved in Nipsey Hussle's death. I mean, have you seen any proof that would confirm that?
For me being over and growing up in that area, I'm going to tell you guys this. He definitely has something to do with that. Wow. And justice for Nipsey.
In a March 2025 interview with TMZ, following
Yo, that's fucked up, Dada. Honestly, Dada, we need more angels in the outfit, Dada, acting aggressively, Dada, because we can't allow Dada. They're gonna say, nah, he definitely has something to do with it. If someone's gonna say that, Dada, people actually know that, they feel that shit, Dada. We need people out there, Dada, who's gonna put belt to ass, Dada, when niggas is doing shit like that, Dada. When niggas playing, he just trying to take out a young dog, a Nipsey Hussle, someone who's helping the community, someone who ain't so bad, someone who ain't doing so malice, someone who don't got bodies on their belt, someone who ain't doing crazy malice, that's because the world is mean, you take away all the good, what you got in the world, bad, so you gotta leave some of the good there, you gotta protect the good, you know what I'm saying? You gotta protect the good,
Following Big U's arrest on RICO charges, SKG celebrated his incarceration and accused him of being involved in Nipsey's death. She claimed justice for Nipsey was coming and that people would be shocked when they learned the full story of Big U's alleged role in Nipsey's death.
I know that justice is coming for Nipsey, and I think people are going to be shocked once they see everything that really happened and how he played a part in it.
SKG alleged that Big U was jealous of Nipsey and that both she and Nipsey had similar negative experiences with him. She shared a personal story of being lured to Nipsey's shop where Big U allegedly assaulted her while she was pregnant, claiming that Nipsey and his friend Fats set her up for this beating. SKG described a history of conflict with Big U, including an incident where he disrupted a business meeting at her workplace after learning she was moving funding for a community project away from his organization. She portrays Big U as a violent, vindictive figure who terrorized her and others in the community. However, it's crucial to note that like Loose Cannon's claims, SKG's allegations remain unproven. Big U has consistently denied any involvement in Nipsey's murder, and Eric Holder has been convicted as the sole perpetrator of the crime. The legal process has not connected Big U to the murder, and these allegations largely exist in the realm of social media, podcasts, and public statements rather than in court documents or official investigations. In a 2021 Drink Champs interview, Big U addressed rumors about his involvement in Nipsey's death, stating, "We ain't got no beef, period." He highlighted his close relationship with Hustle, noting they remained in contact until Hustle signed with Atlantic Records. Big U pointed to his appearance in Hustle's Ain't No Rap in As video and his promotion of Victory Lap on social.
That's what actually made me look at Big U even worse than that. When Big U was over here saying, yo, we don't got no beef. This nigga shouted me out. This nigga gave me 20,000 mad times. This nigga looked out. This nigga was showing love. Damn, man. You body nigga that was showing love. You backdoor nigga that was showing love. That's crazy, bro. Showing love is wild. You gonna do it. You gonna say, oh, this good shit. Then why is he passed away, Why is he passed away,
Social media as evidence contradicting claims of animosity. He criticized those spreading conspiracy theories, especially given Holder's conviction.
And not one time, like even when Tupac passed away, nigga, you seen Shook Knight, Shook Knight was like, fuck it, we need to get back, we want some rent, they not gonna come over here, bad boys not allowed over here, we ain't see not one time Big U stuck up for Nipsey on some real grieving shit, like, yo, nah, that was my little homie, like, that's not right, you ain't hear none of that, you just heard, man, it was him between someone else, GG, that's all it is.
saying, how you gonna have that and got a man in jail and be like, oh, it's a conspiracy? The history between Big U and Nipsey is indeed complex. They had a professional relationship, with Big U signing Nipsey to Unique Music for production and co-managing him with Steve Lobel. Big U's industry connections helped elevate Nipsey's All Money In brand from local to global recognition. When Nipsey secured a deal with Atlantic Records for Victory Lap, he reportedly called Big U to join the project, indicating trust and reliance on his expertise. However, there were tensions. A significant incident occurred in 2011 near Crenshaw and Slauson, where Big U and Nipsey
do this 7 minutes a day until mid-June. We start on Monday, May 26th.
Damn, you gotta watch the envy. The envy get you killed.
Physical altercation. According to community accounts, the dispute stemmed from concerns over the living environment of Nipsey's daughter Imani, whose mother, Tanisha Foster, is rumored to be related to Big U through marriage. The confrontation escalated when Nipsey's brother, Black Sam, fired a warning shot, prompting LAPD intervention. 5 individuals, including Big U, Nipsey, and Black Sam, were taken into custody, but released the next day. Big U later stated the altercation was related to gang politics, not music or money, emphasizing it was a personal matter. Despite this intense incident, they appeared to reconcile by late 2016, as evidenced by Big U's role as road manager for Nipsey's Victory Lap promo tour. Some industry insiders have questioned the terms of Nipsey's contract with Unique Music, particularly a reported 10-year deal with a 50-50th management split between Big U and Steve Lobel. Critics argue this arrangement may have been predatory, citing a conflict of interest in Big U managing an artist signed to his own label. However, no definitive evidence suggests Nipsey viewed the deal negatively, and their continued collaboration indicates a functional partnership. The truth about the relationship between Nipsey and Big U, and the circumstances surrounding Nipsey's death, remains complex and somewhat ambiguous. While Eric Holder has been convicted as the shooter, allegations from figures like Loose Cannon and SKG continue to circulate, casting shadows over Big U's reputation. As with many aspects of the story, the full truth may be difficult to ascertain, complicated by personal grievances, gang politics, and the murky intersection of street life and the music industry. The jail yard altercation between Big U, Loose Cannon, BRICC Baby, and their rivals has sent shockwaves through the hip-hop community and beyond. The implications of this fight extend far beyond just what happened in that yard. It touches on gang politics, the legacy of Nipsey Hussle, and the future legal battles these men face. The ripple effects and what's next. First and foremost, this incident highlights the ongoing power of gang affiliations, even among high-profile industry figures. Despite the serious allegations Loose Cannon has made against Big U regarding Nipsey Hussle's murder when faced with rival gang members, they stood together as Crips. This demonstrates how deep these loyalties run and how they can sometimes supersede even the most serious personal beefs. The ROLLIN 60s Neighborhood Crips, one of Los Angeles' largest and most influential street gangs, has a complex history dating back to its formation in 1976. With an estimated 1,600 members as of 2004 figures, the gang spans a significant territory in South LA, from Slauson Avenue to Florence Avenue, between Western Avenue and Crenshaw Boulevard. Both Nipsey Hussle and Eric Holder Jr. were members, as are Big U, Loose Cannon, and BRICC Baby. The jail fight is particularly noteworthy because it occurred between members of the ROLLIN 60s Crips and what are believed to be Bloods members. The Bloods-Crips rivalry is one of the longest standing and most violent in American gang history, dating back to the early 1970s. What started as neighborhood protection quickly evolved into territorial disputes, competition over the drug trade, and matters of gang pride, resulting in countless acts of violence over the decades. By 2014, an estimated 20,000 deaths were attributed to the broader gang war, highlighting the devastating impact these conflicts have had on communities. In prison environments, these rivalries often intensify as inmates rely on gang affiliations for protection and support. The fact that the fight continued even in solitary confinement speaks to the depth of this animosity. From a legal perspective, this fight couldn't have come at a worse time for BRICC Baby and Loose Cannon, who were reported.
These niggas about to get bailed and that, and they worry about fucking having a little fight and that, and then when they have their little fight or whatever they do and that, they fight and shit like that. What do you think the bail hearing's gonna say, GG? Like, come on, bro. You ain't supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? You gotta stay righteous, GG. You gotta stay on business, but, you know what I'm saying? And then they call home, and say everything what happened, you know what I'm saying? Bits and pieces.
reportedly scheduled for bail hearings shortly after the incident. Getting involved in jail violence typically doesn't help one's case for pretrial release, as it can be seen as evidence of continued dangerous behavior. Whether this will impact their chances of release remains to be seen, but it certainly doesn't improve their position. For Big U, who already faces the most serious charges including murder and racketeering, this incident might be just another drop in the bucket of his legal troubles. However, it could potentially lead to additional disciplinary measures within the detention facility and might be considered when evaluating his conduct during eventual sentencing if he's convicted. The fight also raises questions about security measures in federal detention facilities, particularly when housing individuals with known gang affiliations and histories of conflict. The fact that the altercation continued even after the participants were placed in solitary confinement suggests potential gaps in security protocols that might need to be addressed. This incident also feeds into the ongoing narrative surrounding Big U and the allegations regarding his possible involvement in Nipsey Hussle's death. While Eric Holder Jr. has been convicted of Nipsey's murder, the claims made by figures like LUCE Cannon and SKG continue to cast shadows over Big U's reputation, regardless of whether there's substantive evidence to support them. In his March 2025 arrest video, Big U specifically referenced Whack Whack Loose Cannon 600 and This Internet Stuff as being partially responsible for his legal troubles, suggesting that public accusations and online discussions played a role in drawing law enforcement.
Now, with Cox Internet and Mobile, the price of your plan won't go up.
Running to the internet, this is running to the internet, got him 600 years. 600 years is crazy.
Whack, Loose Cannon, 600, and this internet stuff. All of y'all fine.
I feel like they were saying, yo, 600 years, for 600, So maybe they pointed towards, maybe 600 got him knocked off, 600 was there with the badge. They saying 600. Maybe it's a troll tactic,
One particularly contentious relationship in this web of conflicts is between Big U and Whack 100, a prominent music manager known for working with artists like The Game, Blueface. Their feud escalated significantly in March 2025 when Big U accused Whack 100 of assisting federal authorities in building the RICO case against him. In videos posted before surrendering to federal authorities, Big U claimed that Whack 100, sometimes referred to as 600, was an informant who assisted the FBI, even alleging that Whack was actually with the police during raids on his property and had video and footage of it. Whack 100 responded forcefully during a Clubhouse appearance on March 20th, 2025, vehemently denying any involvement, stating, "Got nothing to do with Whack." He refuted claims that he was circulating legal documents or threatening Big U, suggesting other individuals might be responsible and asserting his stance in both street and music industry contexts.
They actually describe you as a rival, basically almost somebody that they might be looking into their damn self. So it doesn't look like, but I will say, some of what you may have done may have helped with the timing, right? I think you. What's that? I think you tip it off to you. I think that definitely.
I did what?
I think you going online and saying that, and the only reason I'm saying this is that if you ever read any federal indictment,
I did what? I tipped him off.
DJ Academics accused Whack 100 of being the reason Big U got indicted, suggesting Whack had tipped off authorities or provided information. While Whack denied these allegations, the exchange highlights the complicated web of accusations and counter-accusations surrounding Big U's legal troubles. The feud between Whack 100 and Big U has a long history, dating back to comments Whack made following Nipsey Hussle's murder in 2019. Whack made controversial statements praising Eric Holder, the convicted killer, arguing that Holder was justified under gang rules for responding to perceived disrespect. These remarks provoked a strong reaction from Big U, who reportedly called and scolded Whack. By 2022, the rift had widened significantly. In an interview, Whack 100 expressed regret over the feud, stating, "When I look at the whole layout, there's probably only one person out of everything you've been seeing going on that I wish it could have been different, and that's Big U, because I love his family, and no matter what me and him going through, I know his family." This attempt at reconciliation was firmly rejected by Big U, who took to Instagram to declare, "I don't accept no apology from no."
Yeah, cause Whack saying that shit, he must have been drunk saying that shit, cause nigga, look at everything you're doing, So you don't give a fuck about this, man, You gonna explain, you sit there, like, maybe one day these niggas is one way, the next day these niggas another way, They change by the day,
that disrespect my name, disrespect my family, and call me out my name. The conflict between these two influential figures represents another dimension of the complex relationships and rivalries within the hip-hop industry and gang culture in Los Angeles. It provides important context for understanding the accusations flying back and forth, as well as the potential motivations behind them. Beyond the immediate individuals involved, this incident has broader implications for the hip-hop community and gang intervention efforts in Los Angeles. Nipsey Hussle was known for his community activism and
damn, the Dada. So they still bringing up Hustle. The Dada. They still going to bring up the Hustle situation. The Dada. Oh, we on decline Adam. The Dada. Decline Adam.
Talking about the fact that Lil Durk, we can get into this more. Lil Durk basically he had his bail revoked, or they didn't give him a bail.
Freeway call.
Because of the fact that he got on stream with academics on a three-way call.
He didn't know.
With Loose Cannon, which, to be fair, seems kind of innocent. A lot of people wouldn't know that that's something that's real strict you're not supposed to do.
I sent you the content. Durk had no idea.
Yeah.
Listen, what Luce did was tell the world, hey, I'm finna get Durk on, come on this. Hey, act. I'm gonna get Durk on Durk. So act like, okay, cool. Whole time, Durk don't know. He's oblivious to it. He get on the phone and say, hey, Durk, act want to talk to you.
Right.
Durk here, act.
This is fun. Getting in the
Shit gets too real, then Dada.
It's act.
Got a relationship.
He think it's just a call.
Right.
He ain't knowing that this fool been promoting academics is gonna interview Durk on my YouTube channel.
That is true. We all knew about this before it happened.
He playing the game.
He was
so when Durk gets on the phone, he thinking he just talking to act on the call. He ain't knowing it's live being recorded. Dude, girl is sitting there faking like she's the interviewer. In the middle of him talking to act, she says, so let me ask you a question, Durk. Are you closer to your family now that you're in jail?
Weak ass question.
Durk is like, but see, she had to say something to make it look like this what it was.
It's the interview.
So Durk the whole time is thinking he just talking to act on the call. By the time he realizes that, think about it, Durk could have called anybody, got a crazy back, anybody if he wanted to talk to anybody, including that. He not finna wait to call the dude. He like, yo, act on the phone, he asking for you. So you like, it is act.
Okay, well, that was the first couple minutes of my conversation with BRICC Baby, and we also handled the conversation about, like, I had a clip where I said that ever since I sent BRICC money, I ain't heard from him or his girl, and he just made it clear that there's been a lot of shit going on in the prison that he's in or the jail that he's in or whatever, and he didn't have a chance to call or whatever. It was all good, but then he hit me with a whopper.
What?
He told me that Loose Cannon, I mentioned to him, I go, Wax got a whole thing coming that he's been kind of slowly letting out, where he's basically like revealing all this information he has that suggests that Loose Cannon's a snitch. BRICK said, man, you telling me that motherfucker was trying to get me to tell just the other day, like before they moved into a separate section or whatever. He said that actually that's what they got into, because he said that Loose Cannon was basically
bullshit. This nigga ain't got no fucking, like, BRICK Baby probably ain't even talk to that nigga, the Dada. Like, damn, I done probably send them the bag, the Dada, to talk to that man, the Dada. BRICK Baby probably ain't even talk to that man, the Dada. That's a fact.
Pulls up, act like he getting it back.
It's cool. I already called Big U and had Big U try to get that on the phone. Yo, get this on the phone for me, man.
We grabbed it and took him outside, and we waited. Man, you better ask Gilly.
Gilly, no,
Gilly got stripped down by the homies.
Gilly the kid. We're talking about the guy with the podcast. We're talking about $1 million worth of game.
They stripped him down, stripped him and his son down, and he can't hate me. Because if you hate me, you hate yourself. You playing with the motherfucking devil.
Tell Gilly and Wallow they got a problem. I couldn't Philly. Them the only two dudes I'm looking for. I don't got no problem with nobody else, no beef with nobody else but Gilly and Wallow right now. So no, I ain't interviewing Gilly and Wallow.
Damn.
Tell Gilly and Wallow I'm pull up in Philly. We're going to get what we got to get off our chest. Then we're going to holler.
You're about to hear Whack 100 explain how Big U set Gilly up to be robbed in LA. However, there may be much more to this story because there is a history between the two that no one is talking about.
Hey, Rhode Island, keep it real with the all-new Bally Bet Casino app. Play table games.
That shit hit different, G.
My slip. I'm gonna tell y'all.
City, wherever you at, Tampa Bay, talking that shit, man.
Who, Gilly?
Yeah, you supposed to push up and rep for Cali, man.
Nigga, I'm from LA. Why he ain't pushing up out here, nigga?
See,
How
baby,
you
LA,
mad
boy,
at me because you got robbed? Like, nigga, I didn't say nothing wrong about that, man. All I said was that what happened when you got robbed in the 60s. That nigga been mad ever since, but nigga want to tell Unc. I'm going to call Unc. I'm going to call, like, why you always want to tell Unc? Why you so mad? Because I said you got robbed in the 60s and you had to call Unc. I'm going to call Unc. Like, that's what he said when he got robbed. I'm going to call Unc.
I don't get you putting smut on my name, mustard on my jacket. I ain't no nigga that got mustard on my jacket. What's wrong with your clown, boy? But it's cool. I already called Big U and had Big U try to get that on the phone. Yo, get this on the phone for me, man. I'm going to fly to LA, man. Me and this going to get in front of each other, man. Type of you is putting mustard on the jacket. You just running around here spreading rumors. All for some internet thing. Come on, man. First of all, you talk like a hoe, so I already know you gotta. Don't make me put my fingers in your. You talk like a hoe. What's wrong with you?
Man, Gilly, you ain't playing with Bosco.
Like that, man. I'll bust his head open, man. And I ain't even on that type of time no more, man. I'm around here taking care of the kids. I'm doing all positive shit, man. But don't ever get me tangled and twisted like an Annie Ann's pretzel. I'll bust your head open, boy. You hoe ass that sit in the house all day on the internet talking, they ain't getting no money. What's wrong with you?
Wack, you was definitely gassing about the whole Big U and Gilly thing, right?
Hell no, I ain't gassing. Nigga, that wasn't me. Nigga, Gilly's a two. He's a ass nigga. Oh, ass, triple ass nigga. This other nigga, Lil Rosé from ROLLIN 60s, bro. He come in my room.
Wait. What happened though? What happened?
I'm gonna tell you what. Lil Rosé come in the room. Yo, Wack, what's up, man? Can I have the flow? Go ahead, homie. He started telling the story. I don't know nothing about this story. Wack wasn't there. He like, yeah, like, you know, you had to see your son brought you to the hood, and we pulled up, caught you and your son, y'all had on all your jewelry. Nigga, we strip you niggas. You don't know us when you use Big Q name, we didn't give a f. The nigga told us y'all jewelry was worth 150, 160, we strip you niggas. Nigga and took that shit, cashed it in, and they brought your ass $20,000 back like we are bad. Nigga, we cashed that shit and cut it up, right? Nigga, the nigga want to get mad at me. Hey, you weird ass nigga. I wasn't there.
Wait.
This dude from ROLLIN 60s.
They think, wait. Gilly never got robbed though.
Yeah, him and his son got stripped. They stripped him in the 60s. Big U lined their ass up. They stripped him, took all their jewelry. The nigga that did it came on the stage and said he did it. And the nigga get mad at me like I did it. Nigga, I ain't did it. I ain't do it. I wasn't there. Mad at me for, nigga.
So you're telling me that
the nigga got mad at me, bro.
Like Gilly official nigga from Philly, man. Gilly not going like that.
Gilly, but that nigga had his hands up in the motherfucking air with his two kids. A father that couldn't protect his two kids. That's what
crazy.
it is, nigga. I told that nigga, look, bro, don't be popping at me, nigga. Cause what another nigga said, nigga, that nigga from ROLLIN 60s CRIP for real. Everybody know who that nigga is. He telling you, Big, you lined your punk ass up. Now, if you got your ass robbed over there, you and your kids, he said Nipsey went over there and gave the niggas $20,000 because he felt bad for him.
Nah, Big U would line up Gilly. Wait, why you blame you though?
I don't know. A whole nother nigga telling the story. I ain't telling, like, it ain't like a nigga told me and I told the story. The nigga that did it told the story.
What the hell?
Now I'm gonna tell you this, Act. If my
Big U told him that Wack set him up, You know what I'm saying? They told him that they set him up, That's crazy.
homeboy pick you up to come bring you to my neighborhood, and those niggas jump out on you, you be like, homie, I'm here with Wack. You at my set. And the nigga say, I don't give a f, strip you. I had something to do with that act. Because that's what happened.
Damn.
That shit happen all the time. Niggas act like they don't know what's going on. You think a nigga really gonna be in the 60s and rob these niggas and they say we here with Big U and they say we don't give
And that's why all the people, all the victims,
Now,
they
I
feel like
didn't know what he gonna say. This nigga got all kind of stories. Lil Rock.
a lot of people don't feel bad for Big U. They ain't got nothing to say. A lot of people they sticking by the code, so they, you know what I'm saying. They like yo it's fuck him, but you know what I'm saying. We don't care if he had our thing, but he was causing havoc. If he had niggas putting their hands up and shit like that.
Isaiah, ROLLIN 60s CRIP. Everybody know who he is. He voluntarily came in there and you know, said that the nigga Gilly get mad at me. You mad at me for?
Now the only reason I'm asking because I remember when you kicked off the the Hunter Side Pod, Gilly was there, Wallow was there. It was all love.
Wallow been acting funny since me and Big U got into it, bro. But the nigga better leave me alone because I done ran into him out here in LA a time or two. I wasn't tripping because there wasn't nothing going on. Him and Wallow body motherfucker, nigga. The nigga better chill out, nigga. You better chill out, nigga.
You're right.
Paul Rudo.
Everybody want to know, right? Because they feel like you got so many enemies. Do you run into these people?
Yo, Act, check this out. Let this be known. I'm from East Side, Pacoima, Paul Rudo Blood Gang, 12709. So I'm an original baby gangster. All you new booty, weird ass, out of town niggas, I've been a Paul Rudo 35 years. What the fuck? I've been had enemies. 35 years I've been had enemies. Niggas been trying to with me all my life, bro. So like all this shit y'all talking about, some industry enemies, bro. I don't want to hear that weird ass shit. The fuck y'all think, nigga? I'm not none of you new wave ass niggas. I'm a Power Rule, my nigga. Hey, you got all these enemies. Act, you don't know the amount of enemies I have. You're talking about these rap crews.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I usually think not a lot of people call out Jay Prince and live to tell the story.
Jay Prince is I done seen JC. You niggas is going off story. You ever seen Jay Prince do something? Or you going off a story?
Man, I heard some stories.
Just be real, bro.
No, I heard some stories. The story's crazy.
There we go. I done heard some stories about me that I knew didn't even exist. Nigga talking about I'm going out back. Hold on, bro. I'm listening, nigga. I ain't listening, nigga. I ain't know this. I don't even know this man. I ain't never met this man. I said, but if you want to talk to him, he say he waking you up. Your kid died out here like he this or that, and his whole neighborhood is exposing him. So nigga talk there wasn't with you, wasn't around, none of that. Didn't know you was in town, none of that. His whole neighborhood is exposing him. So nigga talk to him. I wasn't there, wasn't with you, wasn't around, none of that. Didn't know you was in town, none of that. You was in the 60s. Big U son picked you up, took you to the spot they called the village. They pulled up, jumped out with the whistles. You said, homie, we here with Big U. They said, we don't give a f about none of that. Take it off. You told Big U pulls up, act like he getting it back. Nip heard about it.
Introducing the all-new Chevy Equinox, starting at under $30,000. And the all-electric Equinox EV, America's most affordable EV with a 315-plus mile range. Quality you expect in a dealer right down the street.
Say, homie, that ain't got nothing to do with me. You keeping bad company. And your jury never came back. So dude telling you, Big U the one put us on you. I think we know where you at. Why? Nigga, you gonna go address Big U? What you addressing me for? I ain't from 60s. Power Rule didn't rob you. This ain't a Power, it's a 6-0 nigga right here. That's well known over there. He ain't hiding it. Oh wow. Big U was the big homie. The whole what it is C-Levels, he got influence, but he ain't a goer. That's the difference between me and him. We both got influence. I'm just a goer, you know. But now the people he had influence over, since I dropped that paperwork, is pulling. Homie said, damn, I took about 100 pictures. My homie said, damn, Wack, I thought they hate you. I said, man, you can't believe what these people talking about. Yeah. Can't believe the hype. I saw everything, you know, saw some ROLLIN 60s, East Coasters, Insanes, the homies from Compton Crib, Compton Power Rules, After Parks, even some Mayan in Front Streets, all kind of shit. Everybody came and greeted Wack with a handshake.
Did you talk to Gilly?
I talked to Gilly earlier today on the phone. He mad at me. He more mad at me about Big U. I say, Gilly, listen, man. I don't know if niggas all sentimental and all that. Wack, you know he ain't turned nobody in. Look, I don't know what a nigga did. What I do know is this, bro. I got the right to see things how I want to see it. And me personally, he like, well, Wack, he finessing the system. I said, the reason why we can't do that type of line of work right there, issue police cell phones and contract with the police, because it leaves a gray area of what if a nigga did? Period. So I don't know what a nigga then did. I know in my life in the streets, I don't know about y'all, I didn't have to shake my head a few times at what niggas did that I thought they wouldn't do. Like, what? Nah, Wack, you go to paperwork. Man, not that nigga. Here it go right here. One of my G homies in 1997. A baby gangster on trial. We trying to figure out how if the police know what they know. What? Body on fire. They got a body on the freeway that's on fire. Literally, the body on fire. Homie going to trial. The G homie come out the judge's chambers, get on the stand. Niggas don't know what's going on. What the G homie doing up? This a G nigga. This nigga probably got one of the top 2 coldest hands from the set. One of the homies tossed him in the trash can, hung him on the gate. One of these type of niggas, right? G homie. This is 1997. Nigga get up there and say, yeah, he the one did this, he the one did that. Was you there? No, I wasn't there. Defense attorney stand up and say, this man just said he wasn't there. We can't use nothing he say. The DA approached the judge and handed him paperwork. The judge says, now remember this is 1997. The judge says, looking at this paperwork, we can't go on what he's saying because he's been a reliable informant since 1987, whose information has led to multiple convictions in a total of 40 plus years.
True story. True story.
So now, when niggas ask themselves, man, how the police knew the spot? How the police know we was stashing shit over there behind them bushes? How the police know the old lady up there was holding our shit? Because this a G homie. This is why I don't want to hear that. What a nigga don't know. Nigga, I done had my heart broke a few times, bro. I don't know what a nigga gonna do. But I do know this. Anybody like Miss King that's withhold any type of information, you gonna make a nigga raise their eyebrow. Oh my God, I didn't know my reading was so good. Now I went from, so it been up. Then I questioned the store and said, yo, send me all the paperwork to what you read. I want to see it, the documents. Sent me all documents, 126 pages. Know what I did? I sent the narration clip from YouTube to Gilly. The star nigga was accusing me of knowing. He's saying me and Big U too close. Ain't no way you don't know. Nigga, I got to clear my name. I don't know nothing about none of it. And he got all the paperwork. But let me tell you something what Gilly ain't going to do. He ain't going to watch that clip or read the paperwork. This is why the streets is what it is. Whoever get the popularity vote, right? The selective politicking start. Now, who got paid?
Now, when she was in here trying to say that when you donated.
That was Mama Lise.
You got donated what?
That's the day you talking about?
With them kids and that picture, they getting the trophy.
You heard how Gilly was robbed in LA. Now think about this. Wack has a working history with him. Do you think it's possible the entire thing was an internet play? Get in the comments with your thoughts. I'm going to leave with these last clips. Pay attention and tell me your thoughts.
Doing it. And I forgave him.
I got it. You see it? It fell. Cause listen, I had to get it. It was right there. I got it. We ain't got to get physical. I got it. No, the flower was on your head, cuz.
You and Meek Mills, y'all straight?
Definitely not. We got to get out.
No, y'all.
No, you ain't getting get out with me, nigga. You mean you got to get out? We gonna line this shit up. Out of here. You talking about get down?
I get out with all three of y'all.
No, you not. No, the you won't. You mean get down, nigga? You mean
Ain't
get
nobody
down?
worried about you, my little homie over there.
Listen, I ain't worried about the homies, nigga. We choke you down, nigga. Listen, I ain't worried about no
too
homies.
light to ass.
Got it.
You cool with me, nigga?
Is that a gnat?
This shit
I
over with,
tried you in
nigga.
the prison yard, nigga.
This
You saw
Yo,
see
all
that
that
big
shit.
that fake big shit
Your
you had
nose
going.
too
You was a
sexy.
fucking- Get the
Your
fuck out
nose
of
too
here.
sexy.
You was a freak in jail, nigga.
You know my
You was a
knuckles.
freak in jail.
My knuckles is sexual,
worried
my
about
nigga.
that
You got
shit.
a sexy
You
nose.
be the fat white boy. You be the fat white boy.
I ain't beat nobody.
Was it a play? I don't know if it was a play, Dada. That shit could be a play, Dada. I feel like that maybe could be a play, but him getting backdoored and all that other stuff, and I don't know. But they did get big.
Wanted why they wanted it, you know. We gonna kick it off a little bit. I get a call.
Here we go.
From his significant other saying he said Big U trying to pin a murder on him.
It's time to finally refresh your bathroom and create.
That's loose cannon. That's what he's saying about. What? Like, where do they these two?
Yeah, he said something about Money Mike. I said, I ain't got nothing to do with loose cannon.
Yeah, who's Money Mike?
This dude got unalive, right? I said, that has nothing to do with loose cannon. Why would Big U do that? Right? She said, I don't know, but he says you may have access to a video that can help him show it wasn't him, right? I said, I think I know somebody that may have that video. Let me make a call, right? So I make the call, I get the video. I'm not thinking nothing of it. I sent it over to her, right? Because in my head, I'm like, damn, that's fucked up. Big U finna like pin something on this dude that ain't him.
Okay. Now, to kind of like, hurry up the story, because Wack's going to talk for about 10 minutes about this. So Wack calls me and he tells me, yo, listen, bro. There's something about some murder. I would never say this, honestly, but Wack pretty much said it on No Jumper. He basically said there's something about some murder investigation, some open murder. And unlike everybody else, once I hear police is investigating a murder, I'm usually, especially if I know the people, I have no problem falling back. Now, the way how Wack explains it to me is like, yo, there's somebody who died. They're trying to put the murder, or Big U was supposedly, according to LUCE, trying to put the murder on LUCE. But it appears that LUCE is trying to dangle this murder as a carrot to the feds that he could snitch to get out, and maybe beefing with Wack is, and I don't know if Wack has nothing to do with this, but it's to try to throw Wack in the mix or something of the case. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to be involved in nothing where, if I'm giving LUCE a platform and LUCE might be trying to implicate Wack in some fucking murder, or I don't know what the fuck, you know what I mean? So that's pretty much what I was told. Fucking Wack sends me the. I don't even know how Wack even has this video, honestly. But apparently this is the video. This is the video of some murder that happens, which I'm like, how the hell we're hearing about this? That's why I'm like, yo, these are the things that it kind of spooked me a little bit. I'm like, whoa, what are we talking? So this is a murder that's supposedly not charging none of the indictments. This is the video, and apparently police is looking for the people in his fucking murder and video and whatever. You know what I mean? And what Wack basically told me was like, yo, listen, Loose Cannon was trying to ask about getting this video because he's trying to work I don't think he told Wack that, but Wack was like, nah, I think he's trying to work with the feds in trying to help them solve this murder. Or no, maybe Big U was trying to work with them to help them solve this murder, but Big U was going to implicate Loose Cannon. And then Loose Cannon is then trying to flip this video and probably trying to, I don't know, muddy or throw Wack's name in it. And this could be like, Wack told me he felt like he was being set up. And I'm like, what do you mean set up? It's like, this guy's kind of moving different, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, y'all are now talking about open murders once again. I want to check out of this situation. I'm good. You know what I mean? So this is the video that I got. Now, I don't know, apparently this is years old. Supposedly this is a cold case video. Somebody runs down here. By the way, trigger one. I don't know if you got to take over the screen. Yo, Drill, you gotta blur. Actually, I am gonna gonna take it off for a second because I think they're gonna shoot the guy. Oh no, actually, yeah, they're struggling with him at first. So you've seen struggle, then something happens. I'll take it off screen now. Look like, yeah, I think they shoot the guy. And they're taking some stuff off of him.
Yo, GG, Tataras, Hyena, Scuba, the Hustler for Scuba Steve, Tata, y'all stay more aware than never, Tata. You heard, Tata, we be back on, Tata, you heard. God chose you because he knew he could trust you, God's best kept secret.